hello. Thanks for tuning in. It's another day of work, and I got some time in between clients, and thought I would check in via video recording of my current state of thoughts and feelings and experience. And so I am feeling really good, pretty charged up right now. Feeling very clear and just energized and happy, and I feel very refreshed after a really amazing weekend for a multitude of different reasons and layers of why. A good mix and balance of where I spent my time and how I feel I was able to show up in the world and be where I was, and feel good in myself and confident as who I am, which isn't always the case. I feel like lately it's been a lot better, and it's like just a constant journey of progress of finding safety and comfort in my body and in my unique expression and voice and experience. Certain environments I'll feel more confident and comfortable to be that than in others, and in different places I can feel that kind of, I don't know if I'll be as accepted here, or maybe these people will judge, and but getting over those concerns as much and just still showing up despite maybe if it's going to be as received as much as I think it is. And ironically, once I really do actually kind of get comfortable and open up, I realize that it is being, people want to hear what I have to say when I get out of my that weird feeling and tension that I can carry, which actually will make others feel tense too. If I'm feeling that anxiety and tension, it's contagious. And so the more that we, you, me, people can feel comfort and safety in ourselves and our identity and our personality and our heart and our spirit, outside of identity and personality, at the core of what we are, that is something that we can share with others, and it is a very powerful thing to share, especially in a world where so many people struggle with self-image, body image, confidence, and identity. And so what am I identifying with? Who am I? What am I? Why am I? Really getting into that is so important for people to do. I feel I am pretty confident, can confidently say that beyond my feelings, that's just important, period. I found for myself that it is what is driving me and pulling me forward at this point, and it's like my calling to just become more and more what I am and what I've always been, but maybe I've had blocks and masks and layers on top of. So it's really getting back to just, it's really simplifying, honestly, and just getting to self-create and choose what it is that we want to be. We might have been something in the past or had certain experiences or trauma or whatever, and that has created a certain persona or personality or identity. That word identity is really coming up right now. And then I it's like identifying. My identity is what I'm identifying as, and I choose that. Or I'm at the whim of my experience and what's happened to me, and just like a victim to circumstance. And then that's like giving up your power and your responsibility to choose who you are and what you are and why. And every day is an opportunity to wake up, to show up, to choose how we're going to come into the world, how I'm going to choose to perceive this situation or this person. Am I going to we have so many options and opportunities for anything, everything, really. And when we look at the world and life like that, it opens up doors. It opens up worlds of possibility outside of what we thought it could be and what we thought it was and what we thought we were. It's like infinite potential at that point. And, you know, and there's days, of course, where this is all a bunch of bullshit, what I'm saying. You know, it's like, I don't need to hear that. I just want to be in my suffering and my grief and my experience of whatever that is. And as long as it's authentic and it's real and you allow yourself to feel and move through those things and maybe not grip and hold and stay stuck in them, because it's very easy to ruminate and to cycle in something. You know, if we were to let things come in and out and through it, you know, then we can move forward out of that. But, you know, it's easy to become addicted to feeling and suffering and pain, and we might not be consciously aware that we're addicted to suffering, but, you know, on some level we are choosing things that are causing us pain and suffering through different addictions that, you know, is a choice. It is, you know, it's biological, it's mental. There's like, you know, we get addicted to dopamine or whatever it is, the substance or the outlet that we have to cope and to regulate, that has served us on some level and helped us and got us to some place. But moving forward, is this actually the best thing for me to continue relating to and identifying with, and you know, and maybe honoring whatever that is for getting you to where you are, and choosing something new and like an upgraded, evolved version of that thing. Which, you know, there's so many ways to self-regulate and self-soothe and cope with the stresses of life that isn't just a temporary fix or temporary gratification and little dopamine reward, but an actually sustainable tool, and a resource and an outlet that is building new neural networks in our brain to connect deeper to ourselves and our bodies and to others. And you know, the first thing that comes up is as breath, you know, the ability to breathe through whatever it is that's happening. Like, it is, sounds simple, it's not always easy, because consciously, like, our body wants to further constrict. And I notice with myself, like, when there's a degree of stress, it's almost like some part of me feeds off of the stress. And there's a whole scientific explanation for all of this that I don't have all of that right now for you, but I do know that our bodies do become addicted to stress and to adrenaline, to cortisol. And so we can have that mental awareness, you know, but in the moment, it's not easy to shift out of that, because it is like a biological happening. But if you are mentally aware and you practice that muscle, or you build that muscle of awareness and, you know, choosing a different path or a different movement forward than what you usually do, it opens up so much, and our ability to connect and relate to ourselves and others just expands, and our relationships become more fulfilling, our jobs, our creative outlets, you know, it just, you deepen and sink into yourself, and then you're able to rise up out of yourself and share that with others and relate and connect in an authentic way where you are embodied. You know, you're integrating the mental awareness, the things that you know in your mind, but you're living it. And you know, this is something I've struggled with. Like, I can be mentally aware of certain things, but the actualization of doing the things is much harder than the mental awareness. And so having grace and patience and forgiveness with yourself when you don't, you know, when you kind of lean into the familiar path, or, you know, because it's easier to walk that trail that's already been walked many times, that's cleared, you know, of everything, than choosing a new path. And it's, you know, it's fun to walk through the woods without a path. You know, it's like, you can explore and see more. You'll find new things. You might come across, like, you know, there's so much more possibility on that new path than continuing to walk down what we know and what we've done for so long. And once again, yes, this is much more easier said than done, and it takes a lot of practice and dedication and devotion and drive and will to show up every day and choose something new, choose something beyond what we've known, which is, you know, kind of scary at times, because, you know, people fear what they don't know often. Like, the mystery of life and the unknown is, it's like this infinite world in front of us, which, you know, you could get lost in a sense, or, you know, but if you look at life as if I can't get lost, I'm moving in some direction, and it's going to take me somewhere. And if you trust yourself and your intuition and your path, and you trust, this world that we're in, which is, well, maybe not the world in itself, but the spirit that is beneath the surface of this world, where, we can't always trust and rely on people to be connected to that spirit, but some part of them is, whether or not they're aware of it. Like, all of life is, connected and interrelated, and a lot of people have forgotten that. But to be in that state of awareness and remind others through that presence of peace and connection, and touching and poking at that place in someone, is so potent and powerful, and makes ripples out into eternity, because you are able to see someone in their light, and when so many people have mostly seen them in what they've been, and reaffirmed that they are this, whatever it is that they're reenacting in, through their addictions, through their suffering, through whatever it is. And so in general, like, coming into the world and choosing to see the good, choosing to see the light, choosing to see the beauty in other people, in even in situations that may seem so terrible, like, maybe this is guiding and leading to something so beyond our comprehension of what is, and beyond belief, beyond what we can imagine. And if we just trust that we are being guided and led, while also guiding and leading through connecting to that place within ourselves, and just being in our confidence, in our power, clear, connected, grounded, balanced, in harmony with our surroundings, and the parts and pieces within us working together in harmony, because we all have so many different aspects of ourselves and our personalities, and different archetypes, different just different layers, but it's all one whole thing. And that's how I like to view just reality and everything. It's like there's all these little parts and pieces, but they're a part of a whole. So yeah, just that's what's on my mind right now. Wow, I've been like, all these thoughts and feelings just kind of like are in my head, and then it feels so good to get them out, and with the hopes and intentions of sharing, and of someone being able, of relating or connecting or assisting in any way possible. Like, I just want to be of support. I want to help in whatever way I can. And honestly, sometimes the best way to be of support is through listening. And so in a way, you listening to me right now is supporting me on my path of, continuing to grow into my confidence. And, and I want that for you. I want that for everyone, to feel heard, to feel held, to feel understood, and to feel like someone cares. And so I just, I may not know who you are personally watching this, but I care. I care about you deeply, and I don't need to know who you are to care. And so, if just a reminder that, like, and you are loved and cared for beyond, what you can always feel. There are, I believe in angels and spirit guides and the ancestors and different, entities, creature sounds a little, but different spirits that you can't see. And so, just remembering that even when you may feel alone, or like you don't have someone that's there, like a shoulder to cry on, or that's someone that cares, that, like, I'll tell you right now that I care, okay? And take that for what you will. I know I may be over here and I don't know exactly who you are, but I feel like, if we're connecting in this digital world, like, some part of me and some part of you are connected, not just some part, like, we are connected, period. And I'm here, and I, if you feel called to comment or reach out, like, please do. I love to hear back from people and connect and relate. So, if there's even a slightest bit of, like, a calling for that, I love to, I love to connect. And, so yeah, thank you for listening. And I really hope that, there are going to be new opportunities and openings in your life for you to feel that to be held and heard and cared for, and that there's a shift, a big shifts happening, and an expansion, evolution, and yeah, that you feel safe in your body, you know, and then bringing it back in, you know, that is found through different self-regulation, self-soothing practices, and breathing is the first and foremost, you know, just moving your body, shaking, tapping, soaking in magnesium, you know, making sure your nutrition is good, taking a multivitamin, you know, like there's your gut health. I have so many things I could share about what, you know, that are good, healthy ways to ground and elevate yourself. And so yeah, if you feel called to reach out and oh, did I miss my turn? I think it is not here. Oh, it's actually on this road. Okay. Yes, so I just, there's these people and they're like in this formation on their little, I don't know if they're motorcycles or some sort of like scooter thing, or I don't know, but it just made me smile. And smiling is good. And is this the one? Okay, here we are. I'll wrap this up as I am parked and not moving and driving anymore. Okay. So yeah, if you've made it this far in and you're watching and listening, you know, I feel called to invite you to breathe and slow down with me as we transition into the next thing that is about to happen next in front of, after this movie after this video. Hand on the heart is a good one. And just rubbing out any tension that you feel and really listening to your body, and listening to yourself first and foremost, and coming into a deeper relationship to yourself so that you can trust yourself and trust others, and yeah, have fulfilling relationships. I think a big part of mental health, in physical, spiritual health, just health of the individual, has to do with how they relate and to the world outside and to others, and to be able to show up and connect and have some kind of community in some way. There's many different, you know, kinds of communities and places to relate and connect about shared interests and things, and so I wish that for you. And and get out your comfort zone, get out there, you know, do something that scares you and makes you like, I don't know if I want to do that. Like, what do you have to lose, you know, unless it's a dangerous situation. But like, you know, if I mean, you only really have things to gain from putting yourself out there. You know, it's uncomfortable, it's kind of scary, or can be. Let's not say it just is, because, you know, it could be, but also, you know, kind of full circle, like, we get to choose what it is, and we get to choose our mindset and our mentality and our perspective and how we view things. And you know, so we you know, just taking back our power, and redefining and recreating what we want this life to be, what we want ourselves to be, and knowing that we are resilient. Life and nature is so resilient, and so it's inevitably always evolving and growing, whether we can see it and perceive it or not. It's just happening. So find peace in that, and rest and sink into that peace and acceptance and awareness and presence of, like, everything is right now in this moment. It's okay. And it's hard for me to even sometimes believe that. Like, I say that, I'm like, yeah, but like, all these awful things are happening all over the world, and, you know, there's so much that's awful that's happening too, and things aren't okay, you know, on some level. And also, in this moment, you know, if you are in the safety of whatever space you're in, and you have water and you have food and you have yourself, you know, that's more than most. That is a lot, and that's a lot right there to be grateful for, and to have as a foundation to continue to build upon. So yeah, just practicing gratitude and intention and envisioning what it is that we want, and focusing less on what we don't want and what isn't okay and what isn't working. Flipping the script, changing the narrative, taking back the wheel and the reins of our lives, so that we can positively impact the world and others, and show up beyond survival mode for ourselves. Because I know for myself, it's been a long time of survival mode, and when I come on these videos and I feel like I'm able to tap into this part of myself that's outside of just surviving on some level, and knowing that I am very blessed with what I have, and that I feel like it's been an uphill, like it's been a rough few years, and lately I feel like I'm coming out of a really challenging place, and I feel this inspiration to share, as I'm like kind of, I'm not crawling. I was a crawl out, and now I'm like on my 2 feet again, and I'm walking up, and I'm building my strength and endurance to continue to walk up this mountain. But for a while there, I felt like I was crawling. I was weak. I was broken. I was sick. And parts of me still struggle with that, and feel like some days are harder than others. But I got to do it for more than me. If I didn't have kids, I don't know if I would have been pushed to be where I am. I feel like because these other two little humans are depending on me, that I have more of a responsibility to get up and show up, and not just for them, but for all children, for the children within every adult, for my inner child, for the children to come, for generations after. It's beyond just me and surviving in this moment. Okay, it's getting hot in this car because I turned it off, and it's a hot one out there, and the cicadas are singing up a beautiful storm. I love the sound of them. I feel like they're emitting a frequency or vibration that is healing. It's intense, it's powerful, it's direct, it goes right in your brain, and it's like it's something. And yeah, and then them coming out from underground, like they live in the roots of trees, eating their sap. For some of them are up to 17 years. Some species of cicada, are 2 years, but I mean, still, that's a lot of time to just be underground. And then they come up, they metamorphosize and transform, and yeah, now they're just all around us. They're here. So the spirit of cicada is a new one that we're all interacting with, and in general, there's a lot of things that are new energies and new things that are happening, and so yeah, so that's what I got today. Hope your day flows forward. You get what you need and what you want, and well, maybe mostly what you need. Sometimes what we want isn't what we need, so I hope that you get what you need, and that you feel supported on that journey, and know that from afar I'm over here rooting you on, and yeah, so, and also many others are too. We all are. We're all here together. We need each other, and we're a team. We're if we all just rooted each other on all the time, like, and felt supported and felt supported, that's like magic. That's like a really good feeling. So feel that and know that you are, and yeah, reach out if you feel called to. All right, well, till next time.